Today on the Raiders Report, we got something special. I had the chance to sit down and talk with one of the most exciting young players to join the Silver and Black in recent years. Rookie wide receiver Dante Thornton Jr. standing tall at 6'5" and clocking in at a ridiculous 4.35 in the 40-yard dash. This kid is built straight out of an Al Davis dream. You want speed? You got it. You want size? It's there. And more than that, you've got heart, drive, and a mindset that already screams NFL veteran. It's not every day that a fourth-round pick rolls into camp and immediately starts working with the first team. That's not handed out. It's earned. And from everything we've seen this offseason, Dante Thornton Jr. has been putting in the work. Now, if you're someone who just looks at stats, let me hit you with this. Last year in college, he led the entire country in yards per reception with a jaw-dropping average of 25.4. That's not a typo. That's not a fluke. That's a guy who knows how to stretch the field, take the top off a defense, and become a nightmare for opposing coordinators. But what really makes this interview special isn't just the numbers, it's the story behind the player. It's the mentality. It's the mission he's carrying, not just on the field, but off it too. During a recent live broadcast on July 10th, our community came together in a big way. We raised money for Dante's charity, the Driven Throughout the Journey Foundation. And let me tell you, I could not have been prouder. We even gave away a signed jersey as part of the celebration. And let me just say, the energy that day was electric. But for those of you wondering what the foundation is all about, let me break it down for you. This isn't just a name slapped onto a cause. This is something deeply personal for Dante. It's about lifting up communities, supporting youth, and creating real lasting change in the lives of young people. The mission of the Driven Throughout the Journey Foundation is to serve as a beacon of hope for youth, families, and entire communities. Their focus is on providing real resources and real opportunities, not just tossing around feel-good slogans. They're organizing back-to-school drives, Thanksgiving and Christmas events, and even running an annual youth football camp designed to inspire and guide kids of all ages. This isn't just about football. It's about education, growth, and empowering the next generation to rise above whatever challenges they face. It's about helping kids become well-rounded individuals, both on the field and in life. And that's something that aligns perfectly with what the Raiders are trying to build right now. Yes, we want elite football players. Yes, we want speed, athleticism, playmakers. But more than that, this organization is putting a premium on character, on being a good teammate, on being a good person. Pete Carroll, John Spytek, and this new staff, they're building something that goes beyond X's and O's. And Dante fits that mold. He's humble, he's driven, and he's already embracing what it means to wear the silver and black. So yeah, I was fired up to do this interview. And if you can't tell by now, I'm hoping this is the first of many. I want more player interviews. I want to bring you more behind the scenes access. Because when players see a channel with a strong following, whether it's 200,000 subscribers, 500,000, a million, they take notice. They want to be part of something bigger, and that's exactly what we're building here. Daily videos, daily coverage, and now even more direct insight from the guys who put on the pads every week. Now let's get back to Dante. When I asked him what it would mean to look Al Davis in the eyes and explain what being a Raider means to him, his response gave me chills. He said he'd simply thank him for the opportunity because he understands the legacy. He understands that when Al Davis made a pick, he was looking for a certain kind of player. Someone who wasn't just talented, but who brought a certain fire. And Dante knows he fits that mold. He said he wants to give his all to this team, not just for 3 or 4 years, but hopefully for his entire career. And I gotta be honest with you, Raider Nation, I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. But it's not just about individual goals for this guy. One of the things that stood out to me the most was how he talks about relationships, his connection with Pete Carroll, with John Spytek, and with the coaching staff. He mentioned that Pete was the first person in the whole draft process to really notice the details of his game. Not just the flashy stats, but the blocking, the route running, the effort. Pete went back and watched his Oregon tape and recognized how complete of a player he really is. That kind of attention to detail from a head coach, that's special. And it clearly means a lot to Dante, who lit up just talking about how Pete gives him something to work on every single day. That's the kind of relationship you want between a coach and a player. One that's built on trust, on mutual respect, and on a shared goal of getting better every single day. It's no surprise that Dante has already been showing flashes of brilliance in OTAs. And when I brought up how people sometimes pigeonhole him as just a speed guy, he didn't flinch. He straight up said it. He can run the whole tree, dig routes, slants, corners, comebacks, the works. And I believe him. I really do. Because watching the tape, especially from his earlier days at Oregon, you can see the technical ability. And you know what else? He's not alone. This Raiders offense is starting to stack up with real weapons. I asked Dante if there's a teammate he thinks could break out this year. And without hesitation, he said Trey Tucker. He talked about how Tucker hasn't missed a single rep all offseason. Every drill, every snap, full throttle. And that kind of consistency in practice, that's how you earn snaps. That's how you become a trusted part of the offense. If Dante's right, and I think he is, Trey Tucker could be one of those names we're all talking about come mid-season. Of course, no Raiders segment is complete without mentioning that iconic chant. You already know what I'm talking about. Riders. And yeah, I had to test him. I asked if he could belt it out, and let's just say he gave it a good shot, but he had to keep it low-key because he was at a summer league basketball game while we were talking. That's dedication right there. The guy's still taking the time to connect with Raider Nation, even in the middle of his own downtime. That tells me everything I need to know about what kind of person he is. We also got into some fun stuff. I asked him about basketball. Turns out he can dunk, and he's got the wingspan to prove it. And just for kicks, I made him a little deal. If he ever dunks on Max Crosby in practice, I'll Venmo him $100 on the spot. He laughed and passed, saying he's good. But hey, I had to try. That's the kind of vibe we had throughout the interview. Real talk, good energy, a genuine connection between player and fans. I even asked him about some of his favorite college memories, and he lit up talking about that wild win over Alabama, the delayed field storm, the chaos, the energy. Moments like that, they stay with a player. They shape the hunger. And now that hunger is focused on the next level, the NFL, the Raiders, and the mission is clear. Contribute, grow, and win. When it comes to quarterback chemistry, Dante couldn't say enough good things about Geno Smith. From day one, Geno took him under his wing, talked to him before every practice, and built a connection that goes beyond just roots and timing. They're building trust, building rhythm. And for a young receiver, there's nothing more valuable than having your quarterback believe in you. Dante said that belief just pushes him harder, makes him want to rise to the expectations. Not just for himself, but for the team. And that's the core of his mindset. I asked him if he sets personal goals for stats, yards, touchdowns, whatever. And he straight up said no. He used to. But somewhere along the way, he changed. Now it's all about three things. Win games, be the best teammate he can be, and take advantage of every single opportunity, whether that's in practice, in meetings, or on game day. He knows that if he focuses on those things, everything else will fall into place. He's not looking to be a star for the sake of it. He's looking to be a great Raider, to be the kind of player his teammates can count on, the kind of guy who helps elevate everyone around him. And honestly, that's exactly what this team needs. And that mentality, it's infectious. You can hear it when he talks about his teammates, like Zachary Franklin. That's another guy who's been grinding behind the scenes, and according to Dante, they clicked right away. From day one, it was like they'd known each other for years. That kind of camaraderie can't be faked. You need those bonds in a locker room, especially when you're a young group trying to build something real. Dante even said he sees Zachary every single day. That's more than just teammates. That's family forming inside those walls. And it's that foundation that often separates good teams from great ones. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers around the league are growing louder, and they paint a troubling picture for Raiders fans. According to sources close to the situation, running back Ashton Ginty may already be regretting his move to Las Vegas. Allegedly, the former college standout and rising NFL talent has privately referred to joining the Raiders as my worst choice. A stark statement that, if true, raises questions about the team's current trajectory and locker room dynamics. Ginty was one of the most sought-after names in the offseason. After showcasing elite agility and vision during his college career, expectations were high when the Raiders scooped him up, aiming to reshape their offensive identity. However, less than a season into his professional journey with Las Vegas, murmurs suggest the honeymoon phase is long over. Those close to the running back say he's been frustrated with his role in the offense, which has failed to consistently utilize his skill set. Despite flashes of brilliance, Ginty has reportedly felt misused and undervalued in key moments. Add to that the team's rocky start to the season, internal disorganization, and coaching uncertainties, and it's not hard to imagine why. A young player might feel buyer's remorse. The comment, "my worst choice," was allegedly made in a private setting, but once it surfaced among inner circles, the speculation took off. Has Ginty lost faith in the Raiders' vision? Is a trade request on the horizon? Nothing is confirmed, of course, but these rumors are igniting debates across sports talk shows and fan forums alike. While Ginty has remained tight-lipped in public appearances, his body language on the field and sideline interactions haven't gone unnoticed. The Raiders organization has not responded to the growing speculation, but it wouldn't be the first time a high-profile acquisition soured quickly. Until there's official confirmation, this remains just a rumor. But in the world of sports where there's smoke, there's often fire. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.